So I've been intermittent fasting for almost 3 years now, you guys. It's been some time. So I finally feel like I can go in and like actually talk to you guys about it and just give you like my experience and just an update, because I'm always getting questions asking about like an intermittent fasting update, what I do to lose weight, to maintain my weight. So today's video is gonna be all about that. And later on, I'm gonna be showing you guys what I eat in a day, just a typical day of eating, what I like to eat, what I don't eat, and just stuff like that. Every day is different, but for the most part, like the breakfast, I usually always kind of like have the same thing more or less, but change it up here and there. So I started intermittent fasting after I gave birth to Ezra. I was about like 2 to 3 months postpartum. I forget exactly the dates and everything, but I started it because I had gained so much weight with him. I couldn't believe how heavy I was. I didn't even feel that big, but you guys, I gained like 200 pounds. Like I was 200 pounds. I was never that weight in my whole entire life. Of course, I was obviously pregnant, so I wasn't too hard on myself, but I was just so eager to lose the weight after I had him. And then I noticed Eric was losing a ton of weight because he started intermittent fasting and keto, a little bit of keto, but it was mostly intermittent fasting, and he lost a ton of weight. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try this. It seems pretty simple. It seems not too hard or whatever. So the time frame I started off on is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I feel like that time frame works perfectly towards the end of the year when it gets darker earlier, but currently right now I'm starting at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That just works good for me right now, since it does get darker a little bit later on now, thankfully. And yeah, so I started off intermittent fasting. I cut off milk, a ton of bread. I used to have so much bread, it was ridiculous. Like I can't even believe I cringe at how much bread I used to eat. And then the milk I cut off basically completely too. I actually tried it like a couple of times, like here and there. And whenever I did drink milk again, my body just did not tolerate it. I felt like I became lactose intolerant. I just would run to the bathroom right away, and my stomach did not like the milk anymore. So I just completely cut it off. So looking back at pictures after I had Ezra, like 7 months postpartum, I was so skinny. Like I can't even believe how skinny I was. Like a year after I had him, I just lost a ton of weight, and that was all just from intermittent fasting, cutting off milk, and cutting back on the bread. I still of course have bread, but I just don't have too much of it. And then right now I do have a little bit of bread, but I'm trying so hard to be gluten-free, but that's just a work in progress. So as soon as I started intermittent fasting, I just lost a ton of weight. I couldn't believe it. And I'm pretty sure it's because I used to snack so much in the night. I'd be the biggest snacker. I'd crave like milk, like sweets and desserts and Taco Bell and just all of that bad stuff in the night. And that's probably like the worst time to eat, because you're not doing much. You're just gonna go to sleep after, and you're just going to bed with a stomach full of food and just sleeping that off. And you're just waking up and eating again in the morning when it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I feel like the intermittent fasting works so good for me because I did have so much of those cravings in the night. And now I just have ice water. Me personally, I just love drinking ice water. It's never changed. But you could also have unsweetened tea. You could have black coffee. And I even think diet sodas, but I really try to stay away from the diet sodas just because I really don't need it. I'll just drink a diet soda like when it's time for me to eat, just to be safe. So I really just drink ice water, and that helps tremendously. And I did breastfeed exclusively with Ezra the first time when I first did the intermittent fasting, and I really didn't feel like it did anything to my milk supply. He just nursed on demand. He would cluster feed, and that would help my milk come in. And of course, I would just drink tons of water when I wasn't eating anymore, and I'd make sure to eat enough. The same thing, but just in a shorter amount of time frame. So since I've been doing this for 3 years now, I really don't get hungry too much in the night anymore, but I do get hungry in the morning now, which is weird because it would be the opposite. But I think that's because the kids wake up early and they have to go to school, so I'm up early on in the day. So I make sure to keep myself busy, run errands, clean the house, and then start making my food at like 10:30, so that way I can eat right at 11, so I'm not like deprived of food. And it's also really important too that you like make sure you know what you're gonna eat for breakfast, so that way you're not like going in the pantry and just starting to eat like anything that you see. So for this time around, I'm definitely not as thin as I was like back then, but I'm actually kind of happy with my extra meat on my bones because I kind of like that. I feel like it fits my body frame nicely. And of course, I definitely want to get some gains. I want to be stronger. I want to be more toned. I want to grow booty, but that is what is to come in these next couple of months. So yeah, that's just a quick update. And now let's go ahead and get into what I eat. Yeah, guys, so we just finished with the gym. I've been drinking a ton of water, but I also brought a Premier protein. shake, and this is in the caramel flavor. And right now we're gonna go head on over to Starbucks, and I'm gonna get a grande cup of ice with 2 shots of espresso. So we're gonna go and do that, and then I'm gonna go back home, make some breakfast. And yeah, this is how it looks. Oh my freaking gosh.
I'm trying.
Ooh, literally so good. And you could also even have them drizzle some caramel drizzle on top. Like, who cares, you know? Like, and it's just a little bit more healthy than the actual caramel macchiato. So I've been taking Ritual's vitamins for almost 2 years now, you guys. It's been a while. Thank you so much to Ritual for sponsoring this video too. So I used to take their prenatal vitamins, but now I switch on over to their postnatal vitamins. So their postnatal vitamins provides me with 15 nutrients for after having a baby. So my favorite thing about Ritual's vitamins is that they're very easy to take. So if you're one that gets nauseous, these aren't gonna make you feel like that. I remember earlier on in my pregnancy with Ember, I used to take the one my doctor prescribed me with, and those are really chunky. I'm pretty sure if you guys have ever been pregnant, you probably have taken them. But you guys, if you haven't tried these, they're not gonna make you feel that way at all. So in every single bottle, they have this really cool tablet that makes them smell really nice. So my prenatal ones used to have a citrus scent, but my postnatal has this very minty like gum scent, which is so nice. It smells like a gum box, like opening up some gum. It smells exactly like that. Yeah, so I take 2 of these capsules. They're really easy to go down. And they have vitamins for pretty much everyone else, like women, men, teen, 50 plus, and also of course prenatal vitamins. And not only that, it's vegan certified, sugar-free, non-GMO, gluten, and allergen free. So yeah, if you guys are interested, if you just had a baby, if you're pregnant, or if you just want to try Ritual's vitamins, you could have these for just over $1 a day. They're delivered right to your front door. And if you use my code right here and the link in the description box down below, you can get 10% off your first 3 months by using the code right here and clicking the link in the description box down below. Okay, so for breakfast today, I'm going to be making myself a huge banana pancake. This has been my go-to whenever I just don't feel like making the traditional type of breakfast like scrambled eggs or whatever. So I'm going to be using 1 ripe banana. You're going to want to make sure to use a ripe banana because this is what's going to add the sweetness to it. And then I use 2 eggs and whole wheat flour. So I just mash up the banana, add in 2 eggs, mix that together, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 1/4 cup of oat flour and then a half of the 1/4 cup into the batter, and then go ahead and mix all of that together, and then just put it all on my pan, flip it, and it's so good, you guys. You could also make this for your baby. Ezra and Ember love it. I actually made it in the last vlog, so if you watched, you've probably seen that. And then I just go ahead and put some yogurt on top and just make it into like a giant pizza type of thing, pie, whatever you want to call it. And then I just added some blackberries, blueberries, and some chia seeds. And then lastly, just some of this almond butter that I got from Trader Joe's, and super good and really, really filling. It's a huge pancake. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I make some guacamole, because I'm gonna be having some guacamole right now with some of my favorite chips. These are from Trader Joe's. They're gluten-free and they just have really good ingredients in it. And these are by far my favorite gluten-free chips because I've tried a lot. I've been experimenting, but these, the flavor is just there. They're not just salty and plain. These actually have like a pretty good flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and have some guac and chips right now, but I am gonna make a pretty big batch of this because I am gonna have some more for dinner. I'm gonna be having that on top of like some turkey patties that I'm gonna make. So yeah, let's get to it. So to make the guac, I'm going to be using 3 ripe avocados, then just taking my masher and mashing that up. And then my limes are a little bit old, so I use both a lime and a lemon to get the juice. And then we're going to be cutting up 2 Roma tomatoes and just dice those up really good, really small. And then a half of an onion, dicing that up again really, really finely. And of course, you're going to need some cilantro in there too. So again, I'm just dicing it up really, really finely. Then after that, I just went ahead and mixed everything together, gently folded it actually. You don't want to over mix because the avocado will be like mush, so we don't want that. And then I just went ahead and seasoned it with some salt and pepper. So I had a pretty big portion, so yeah, that was what I had for snack/lunch. Alright guys, so now I'm going to start making the ground turkey patties. So I'm going to use this ground turkey. This is 16 ounces. And then I have a zucchini. I'm probably not going to use the full thing because this one is pretty big. But I'm going to go ahead and use this for the turkey patties. And then I have 1 garlic, ancho chili powder, cumin, salt, and pepper for seasoning. And that is pretty much it. And then a little bit later, I'm going to top it off with some guac and salsa. And you guys will see that. But first things first, I'm going to go ahead and grate my zucchini, and we're going to be using this side for that.
We're driving down the boulevard, cruising with the windows down, feeling like we're on this town. Your song is on the radio, the one you always like, the one that always gets you psyched. We've been drinking all the cheap wine all night, acting stupid but it feels so right. I know that we will all be just fine, but tonight I just wanna dance it off. Ignore the world with me tonight. Wanna dance it off.
So this is how the turkey burgers came out. Smells freaking good, and I'm just going to go ahead and top mine. I'm going to have 2 of them, and then I'm just going to save the rest for tomorrow, and I'll have this again for tomorrow. I think I'll have like a little mini one right there. So I'm going to have 3. Yeah, so now I'm just going to take the guac, put it on top, like so. Yeah. And then to top it off, I'm going to be using some of this salsa that I got from my local grocery store. It's some pre-made salsa, not anything too special, but I just haven't made my green salsa in a while, so we're just going to be using this today. And that is my carb-free for tonight, you guys. Super yummy, very juicy turkey burgers. And I'm just going to go in and take a bite. That is how it looks on the inside. Oh my goodness, so good. The flavor seriously reminds me of Chipotle. Very yummy. And if you guys have a little bit more time on your hands, I would definitely make some black beans or any beans of your choice, and it would be even better, but super good still. Alright, so after that I wanted something sweet, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this thing that's been going around TikTok. It's like this really cool like dip for your apples. So I'm adding equal parts of peanut butter and Greek yogurt. I use a non-fat one though, so that's why mine's probably not the creamiest. And then I just put in a dash of vanilla extract, some chocolate chips, and then I have these really tiny apples that I got for the kids at Sprouts, and they're so cute. So I went ahead and had one of these apples with this peanut butter dip, and that is basically it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.